If you're an e-commerce brand that sells a solution to a specific pain or problem, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you today the perfect structure supplements healthcare and nutrition brands use during BFCM to get the most revenue, AOV, and profit margins per visitor ever, and to make this their best BFCM of all time. So let's get right into it. So the brand we're going to look at today is Bonafide Health, a women's supplements brand. And first I wanted to start from their creatives and their ad copy, because I think this is the perfect mix they're doing. Even if this is not their BFCM offer, so probably they didn't even start their BFCM campaign yet, I think this is a perfect structure on how to run your creatives and ad copy for BFCM. And then we're going to also look at what lenders these creatives are directing to. So let's start first from some creatives here, and we're going to focus especially on their Thermella supplements here. Thermella supplement, which is their supplement for hot flashes and no sweat. So let's start first from this one here, which I think is a perfect example of our creatives, of a creative and ad copy you could run during BFCM. So first they're calling out the pain or the problem, which in this case is hot flashes and no sweat. Then they're calling out immediately the offer. This works very well during BFCM week, especially in even holiday season, because everyone is in buying mode, everyone is buying stuff, everything is discounted. So calling out briefly the pain or problem and then calling out immediately the offer towards solving that problem would work very, very well for BFCM. So as you can see here, first two sentences targeting out the pain and the problem, and then after that they're immediately calling out the offer, which in this case is a free trial offer with a subscription and a complimentary supply of the supplement if you start the free trial offer immediately. Another creative I wanted to showcase here, specifically the ad copy for this one. This is a little bit more focused on the pain and problem itself, and then at the end they're still calling out the offer to make sure that people understand what's the offer that's running behind all of this. So here in the ad copy, I think this is a very good very good copy and a very good creative in general. So they're mentioning here hot flashes running through my veins. That was how mine felt when I went through menopause overnight after my ovaries were removed 8 years ago. This is a perfect example on how to write relatable copy and use social proof in it to make sure your target customer understands that you yourself understand what they're going through. So if you're writing copy for a product that you're not the target customer and the target audience for, it may seem strange because obviously only women which are like they removed their ovaries maybe, or they are going through menopause, only them can understand how this feels or how this pains them, or what's the level of pain they're experiencing from this, or what's the level of emotional pain they're experiencing from this. So it may seem strange to you, but you can make 100% sure that the people you're selling your product to, they're actually experiencing problems from this. They're getting emotional problems, they're getting physical problems, and so they can relate very, very hard to what you're writing here for them. So specifically this sentence here would work very, very well on the specific audience because it relates very heavily with them. And then they keep on writing, well, hormones are safe and effective. I wasn't able to use them initially due to my chemotherapy for ovarian cancer, and yes, I would have loved an option like Thermella, which starts working in as little as 2 weeks. Here again, what they're doing is they're connecting themselves to the first sentence they wrote above, and then they're explaining another traditional, you can quote unquote, solution to the problem, because this is kind of what relates to the steps of a story. So first you start with the problem and the emotional pains you're having, then you explain traditional solutions you've tried and used, which in this case maybe hormones, another solution to this problem. Then you explain the new mechanism, not even the new product. In this case, they're going directly for the product because it's ad copy, so they don't have that much space to begin with. But you can start by explaining the new mechanism, so how the new mechanism solved the problem, and then you can connect at the end to the product. And in this case, they're doing it with the offer. So as we've seen, they're doing a good job with creatives and ad copy here, but let's see like what lenders are behind this copy. So when you click on shop now, when you actually go through with the click, what are the pages that you're going to land on when looking at their products? So they're running two specific different lenders here for these creatives and for this product specifically. The first one is a listicle page, which we're going to look at now, and the second one is the classic product page, but they're doing a very good job of explaining their offer on their PDP, so we're going to also look at that. But let's first start from the listicle. So listicles and advertorials, I usually categorize them in the same kind of category, but they work both very, very well if you're selling to cold traffic, if you're selling to people that are not aware of your new mechanism, they're not solution aware. So in this case, listicles, especially for supplements and in general, when I mentioned at the beginning, healthcare, nutrition and stuff like that, any product that has is a specific solution or a specific mechanism to a specific pain or problem will work very, 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 very well with this because you can use the copy to relate to your customer. So in this case, I was also mentioning this in BFCM terms because, as you can see here at the top of the listicle, they're immediately calling out the offer. Obviously, especially during BFCM, calling out your offers, calling out the gifts you're running, the discounts you're running, stuff like that obviously works very, very well. Mentioning again, everyone is in buying mode, so you can get away with this stuff a lot more during BFCM. So very good start to the page here. So they could use this page if they start running, for example, their BFCM campaigns today. They could even just use this page here because they're already calling out one of their offers, even if it's not the offer they're running for BFCM. Let's say it is, this page would work very, very well with BFCM if they also called out BFCM somewhere on the page, which is also something very important during BFCM. Your customers want to see that they have an advantage with your BFCM offer, so you need to call that out on your page. So this would still work very, very well with just a few BFCM pages or related copy somewhere on the page. But let's get through with the listicle. One of my preferred type of pages, type of landers with advertorials. They perform super well if you put them in front of cold traffic first before your actual PDP or your sale page where they can go through with the purchase. It helps out with conversion. It helps out with AOV. It's just this performs super well if you pull them off the right way, which is obviously by focusing on copy and on being relatable. As I mentioned again before with creatives, this is the most important thing for pain and problem related products. So here they're giving you 6 reasons to try the product obviously hot flash relief in just weeks. Again, they're trying to be as relatable as possible for you. Hormone free, they're mentioning another solution that you might have already tried to solve the problem. That's also very important. First of its kind, because you're not solution aware. This is a new mechanism, so they need to explain to you why this new mechanism works so well in solving the problem and is better than other traditional solutions or solutions that you may have tried in the past. Then they obviously attach other benefits to it beside the main benefits, so you can get even more value for what you're getting. They're explaining why their mechanism is validated and why it should work with you, and they're giving you some statistics here. Obviously, you need to back up this stuff if you're actually going to do it right. So as you can see here in this case, they're doing that at the bottom by mentioning the studies they are using to make those claims. As you probably know, customers and buyers in general are getting much more sophisticated. So you need to give out the stuff to make sure people understand what you're selling and what you're explaining to them. And then at the end, a very simple point on like getting people through actually with the purchase. And as you can see, they have a call to action through with every listicle point. I actually have never seen this. So even with the listicles that we build at my agency, we don't do this. We don't have call to actions at every single point of the listicle. It's something we have never tested. I think probably for BFCM, what would work better here is not having a call to action every single point, but maybe, for example, every 2 points, which is something we like to do a lot. So for example, here we have 6 reasons every 2 points, so 1 and 2, and then have a section here, specifically directed to the offer. So in this case, since the offer they're running here is the free trial with the subscription at the end, we would have another box here that explains the offer in much more in depth, calls out the BFCM offer, and it's just much more like specifically made for click-through rate than getting people through with the offer. Then we go forward again with other 2 points, then we call out the offer again, and then we go forward again with other 2 points, and then we call out the offer again at the end. I think it's what would probably perform better here. and what we've seen perform better at the agency with the listicles we've built in terms of getting people through with the offer. The second page they're running traffic to for the specific product is this PDP right here on their store. This is a perfect example of a very, very well built PDP for supplement product. So in this case, again, they're calling out the product here, not with the product name, so it's probably something that not a lot of people will remember, not even their customers, because it's just too many different solutions, too many different things that will help you with solving this problem. But what they're doing here, which is works very, very well, is calling out the title of the product. Instead of using the name of the product, they're calling out immediately the pain or the problem that they're trying to solve here with the product, and then after that they're calling the product. So what they're trying to do here is to connect the two very, very well, because if you're going to obviously put the product name here, it's just the name that you've given to the product, so not a lot of people are going to relate to that. But if you put the title here and then after that you immediately put the product name, then you sort of connect the two, so you get people thinking about this name here when they think about the pain or the problem that you just have in the title here. So that's obviously a very, very good way of building brand authority, building brand loyalty, and building those sort of things for a long-lasting brand. So here with the buy box, again, very well structured buy box. They have a few offers here running. So for the 3-month plan, obviously, is what you get the best value for. Very good interaction on click, so you understand immediately what's selected and what's not. You get callouts for how much you're saving. Obviously, you have the subscription benefit here and the offer and the 3-month plan benefits called out to make people obviously go for it. If not, you also have pages that call out other offers if you want to go for less expensive or less product bottles or stuff like that. So for different tiers of the offer, you still get the same call out. The only thing that doesn't have call out is the single box, which is obviously the best or also like the worst value after the 3. Then we have an upsell checkbox here, which is something I love testing for these types of brands. This specific section right here, I also mentioned this in one of my emails. By the way, if you're not on my email list, you can get my 60-page e-commerce CRO guide from the first link in the description in your inbox as soon as you opt in. And I send out a lot of insights weekly to my email list on tests we're running for clients and stuff like that. So definitely get subscribed to my email list and you'll get the 60-page guide immediately in your inbox. Like my best test to date that I've ever run was a section like this for an upsell to a main product, where you simply had to select the checkbox here. When you add to cart, it adds both the main product you are already looking for and the upsell if you want also the other product to be added to your order. And this to date was one of the best performing tests I've ever run between all of the clients we've worked with. So very, very good split test to run. This specific split test added $120,000 in monthly revenue to this client we were working with, and was one of the best tests we've ever run to date right now, just from one test, and it took us like 40 minutes to build at max. So very good test if you want to test upsells, if you want to test cross-sells. Having stuff like this, callouts like this on your PDP will work very, very well. So good upsell they have running here. And then the rest of the PDP is just a masterclass on how to explain and showcase information in a visual way. As I mentioned a lot of on this channel, on my videos in general, just having walls of text and information shown there won't work anymore. We've seen that with heat maps a million times. As you can see here, they're doing a very good job, a perfect job actually, of showcasing information visually, of giving out numbers and percentages. People are very, very focused on numbers and percentages. We can understand that very well, especially if they're in the range we usually work with. So percentages here. Then they have call out for their best selling products. And then under that, they have a section that I love working with pain and problem related products, which is a what to expect section. Setting out expectation, not just for these types of brands, but for anything in general, is a perfect thing to do to build brand loyalty, to kind of have some objections already handled for you. When you sell these types of products, people usually expect results immediately, or else they just refund, or they just call it out a scam and stuff like that. So setting out expectations is the perfect way of handling those sort of things, and this PDP in general is very, very well structured. If it was for BFCM, I think the buy box and the offer here is called out pretty well. Obviously, as I mentioned before, as for the listicle, you would need to call out the BFCM offer a little bit more prominently if you're going to use a page like this for BFCM. But the structure in itself, it's super good, and it's very well built for a PDP, for a supplement product. There are only two more things I want to call out here, which are doing very well. So here we are on the home page of their store. I usually do not recommend running traffic to the homepage of your store. It's usually not optimized. Brands don't put a lot of care into it, so it's usually the worst place to run traffic to, especially if you are a supplement brand. But in this case, I think their homepage is actually very well built, and it's for a reason in particular. It's for this section right here. So as you can see here, they're calling out a few of the common problems and pains their target audience might have. And what they're doing here is that they have a solution for every one of those. So they're not calling out their products, they're calling out the pain and the problems that their product solves without calling out the products. And then when you check one of these things, for example, one of this, and then you click on it, I think what will happen is that they're obviously finding the perfect match. Obviously, this is built out to always show you like the solution to your product. It's obviously there's a product connected to every single problem by default, so you get redirected to that. And what they add here, what we want to find on their normal product pages, but you will find on the product pages if you go through the quiz, is that you'll find this text call out to the top, which is perfect, which is meet your perfect match, carefully selected to support you through every phase, which feels more personalized. It feels that they're looking out for you specifically. So very good idea to have on the homepage here. If you're going to run traffic to the homepage and get people to see multiple of your SKUs, having a call out like that for a quiz and redirecting people to their specific to the specific solution for the product is a very good way to do it on your homepage. Then something I already mentioned on their product page, but I want to mention here again on their collection page. As you can see, they are going for the pain and problem title or header here instead of the product name again on the collection page, which is another perfect way of going for a more relatable solution for the customer. And again, for supplements, I usually do not suggest running traffic to your collection page. In this case, if you're going to optimize it like this and have it well built in this way here, with specific callouts and the buy boxes and built like this, with also offer callouts and stuff like that, then it's also a very good page to run traffic to get people to get the highest AOV possible, because you get multiple customers to look at multiple products. So it's more likely that they're going to add more stuff to their cart because they're basically going to look at the pain problem call out here. They're going to see what pain and problems they want to solve, and they're going to shop for them instead of just looking at one product and only going through that. If you're going to have a collection page built and optimized like this, then it's also a good idea to run some traffic to this. That's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. Again, if you want to get on my newsletter and get weekly insights on tests we run and the brands we work with, then you can get also my 60-page e-commerce CRO guide from the first link in the description when you opt in directly in your inbox today. If you want to work with my team on your e-commerce brand, then you can book a call with me in the second link in the description on a discovery call, and you'll get a free audit of your store on that call with me. And see you in the next video.